All right, YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. It is Friday, July 25th. We don't have a full breakdown of the MLB slate today because we are on the road. Instead, we have 3/4 plays coming your way in today's video. That 3/4 will make a sense in just a little bit. Before we do get to any of that, let's go ahead and recap how we did yesterday, and it was a 1-2 night. That Padres and Cardinals. So the Padres first three under 2.5. Yeah, I think they scored three in the first inning, so that went out the window real quick. Astros money line. I still do think that was a decent look, but obviously, it was kind of a trap. We talked about it yesterday. Donovan Solano. Yeah, I mean, he had one hit. I think it was a hit, and stayed under that 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. So we'll take that win, I guess. But overall, not exactly the best of nights. Where we can get a little bit positive is Debo with another cash in the ride of the day. If you guys don't know what the ride of the day is, just use that hashtag ride of the day or ROTD down in the comments. I jump aboard with one person's play each and every day and give you a shout out in the next video, win or loss. The ride of the day tracker will also be posted in the pinned comment if you guys do want to check it out. But looking forward to seeing what Debo rolls with today, because if you do win, we continue to roll with your play, and we are riding with Debo right now. If you lose, you still get the shout out, but we got to shout out a loss, right? And nobody likes that. So shout out to Debo. Looking forward to seeing what you toss at us today. I am traveling, like I said, we'll be out and about, so we will be tweeting the ride of the day and updating the tracker probably a little bit late. I'll try and do it on time, but just kind of being realistic here. But all right, what do you say we go ahead and dive into the plays that we have for today? Like I said, we have 3/4. This one is a play. Don't worry about the 3/4 right now, because this one is just a straightaway play. We like the Arizona Diamondbacks here on the money line. Now, this one. To be honest, I can see why the line is where it is. You have the Pirates at home, the Diamondbacks not exactly looking all that fantastic, but the Pirates coming off of that sweep against the Tigers tells me that this could be a nice little flat spot to fade them in a sense. And we have Ryan Nelson on the mound for the Diamondbacks, who's been very, very good. I don't mind backing him whatsoever. And Mike Burrows on the mound for Pittsburgh. Yes, he's been decent as well, but both these guys have already seen back in May, about 2 months ago, already seen this matchup. Mike Burrows against the Diamondbacks. He went 3 1/3, 4 earned, 5 runs came in, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks, and 1 home run. Arizona's Ryan Nelson, back in that same series, I think he pitched the day before in a 5-0 win for Arizona. 6 2/3, 4 hits, 0 earned, 0 walks, 4 strikeouts, no home runs. Obviously, 0 earned. So I do think the Diamondbacks have the pitching advantage here. The fact that we're getting this price at -118, I sniff too hard and I start to smell a trap. But because we're rolling with the Arizona Diamondbacks today, maybe we don't sniff enough, right? Because I do think that this could be a spot in which, we don't need to overthink it. They have the better team. I do think the better offense. Yes, they're not at home, but this Diamondback team still has been decent in terms of scoring runs on the road this year. 5.02 runs scored per game on the road this year. 5.07 in terms of just overall. So they're right there, right? Now, Pittsburgh at home, just 3.92. Another thing that I like here is that Burrows is going to throw the fastball 57.2% of the time, okay? 57.2, almost 60% of the time. Arizona, last 30 days, number one I think tied number one in the league for runs above average against the fastball per 100 seen. So love that. Ryan Nelson also going to throw the fastball. Well, guess what? You have the number one team in Arizona, right? Pittsburgh, 30th, dead last against the fastball. Where I do think this Pittsburgh team ends up having an advantage is in the bullpen. But let's be real, this has been an Arizona bullpen that's had its ups and downs. I don't trust it right now. They have a ton of guys injured. I think they have more guys injured than that are active or about the same. But everyone had the day off, so Ginkel, Graveman, some of these later inning guys, Backus will be good to go. And I do like the idea of backing them slightly when fully rested, right? Like that's already a deteriorated bullpen. If they are, throwing a bunch of pitches recently and whatnot, yes, it could get a little dicey, but I think that bullpen advantage for the Pirates is a little bit more minuscule than we might think. So give me Arizona on the money line for play number one. Now, this is play 2/3. This is where the confusion sets in. First play here, is going to be Jacob Stallings under 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. We're getting that at minus 145 over on DK, a little juiced. So we're also going to sprinkle a little bit on a nice plus 160 parlay over on DK. Same play, Stallings under 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs, but we're also looking at Colton Cowser under 1.5 total bases. So one's hits, runs, and RBIs for Stallings, and then one is bases there for Cowser. The reason I'm liking this one, and they are both listed in the lineup as of right now, so hopefully they both come through. The reason I'm liking this one is because they're seeing Kyle Freeland on the bump. Now, Kyle Freeland's obviously a pitcher when you can kind of look at some of his numbers and be like, I'm not sure if we fully do like him or want to back him or anything like that, right? But he's way better on the road than at home, and that's how we can kind of judge a Colorado pitcher. Colorado pitchers, when they're pitching in cores, are gonna get dinged up. They have kind of an unfair spot, right? But what we like in this spot is the fact that he is on the road and he is good against lefties, which Colton Cowser is a lefty bat. That's good to see, right? In terms of Stallings, he's a righty, but either way, both these guys struggle against lefties, and it's a lefty that I think deserves a little bit of a break here in Kyle Freeland. Stallings, 4 plate appearances against Freeland, 0 hits, 0 runs, 0 RBIs. He struck out in 2 of those. He's also batting 0.54, yes, 0.054 against lefties this year with a negative, so minus 71 and a half runs created, weighted runs created plus. So I like the spot for Stallings to not necessarily go out there and do all that well. I will say the fastball's like the best pitch he hits. That's what Freeland's going to toss a ton. But even when I say the best pitch he hits, 31% K rate and a 232 WOBA. That isn't all that great, right? So I like him as the standalone. Also taking a peek here at Colton Cowser under in his total bases. We look at his numbers. He's got a 175 average against lefties so far this year. WRC plus of 45.7, which isn't good, especially compared to a season average of 92.2. So it drops in half when he goes up against lefty. Freeland, like I said, very good against lefty bats. He's got a 309 batting average against this year. Against lefty bats, 267, so it drops heavily. His home runs per game cuts in half. And then the WOBA also just above 300. And same thing, Colton Cowser can hit the fastball really well, but when he sees the curveball, which is Freeland's next pitch, shouldn't look all that great. So I like both of these spots. Thought about kind of mixing it up, and maybe we still will. Keep an eye on the pinned comment, taking you to the final plays. Maybe we still do end up rolling with these as individual plays and put like, a quarter unit on each of them or something. But that parlay at plus 160, I do definitely like the idea of back in Freeland today. Now, when we get to the bullpen, sure, horse of a different color, right? We always say that with these player props. We take the under, base it a lot on starting pitching, and then for the last 3 to 4 innings, obviously things can kind of go awry. That is the game we play here. But let's go ahead and move on because perfect transition. We don't need to worry about the last 3 to 4 innings in our next play. But before we do that, I do want to talk to you guys about Novig. I've been having a ball over there lately, guys. If you haven't checked it out yet, you seriously should. It operates just like your normal sports books, only you're getting a way better deal in terms of the prices that you'll be paying and the lines that you're getting. Why is that? Because it's a peer-to-peer exchange. So you have Joe Schmoes setting their lines, and you can take the other side of it, right? I could post hey, Jacob Stallings play at this price. Someone could take the other side if they did choose to. So go check it out. That link will be down below in the description, as well as the pinned comment. You get some bonus cash as well over on Novig. Definitely check it out. Again, that link will be down below in the description, as well as the pinned comment. Add this to your arsenal. I'm telling you right now, these exchanges are absolutely on fire right now because you're not paying that tax or that price to the sportsbook, right? No vig is pretty much says it all in the name. So go check it out, guys. Link down below. But like I mentioned, we don't need to worry about the last few innings of our last play because I like the under in the first 5 here, 4.5 for the Mariners and the Angels. Now, why do we like this one? I kind of like the pitching. We have Brian Wu and Jose Soriano. Soriano is kind of, sort of a first 5 type of guy because he has one of the best ground ball to fly ball rates in the entire league when it comes to that ratio. 4.42 this season. At home, 4.13. He's going to be going up against, a kind of a split-handed lineup in terms of righties and lefties. 4.13 against lefties, 4.9 against righties. My only concern here would be the pitch mix for either guy because Brian Woo's on the other side of things, and Brian Woo has been fantastic in terms of him pitching lately. Really do like what I'm seeing out of him. I think that we can just kind of trust him against an Angels lineup that is due well, I guess regress, but also kind of keep doing what they did yesterday and the day before. But anyways, Brian Wu, like I said, the pitch mix is also or not also, is the only thing that I'm really worried about here. You have Brian Wu, who's going to throw a lot of fastballs. Well, this is a LA team that's hitting the fastball really well. He throws a lot of sliders. They hit the slider well. Soriano throws the sinker. They hit the sinker really well, and he's going to also go knuckle curve, and they hit the knuckle curve pretty well too. So the pitch mix, yeah, okay, fine, I get dicey there, but you got to realize these two teams have played like a million games in a row. They have not had a rest since the All Star break, so they're a little tired. I think this is a good spot for an under. Now, I didn't go full game because Seattle used 5 arms out of their bullpen yesterday. I believe the Angels used 5 as well, but Seattle used a lot of key arms, so I don't really like the idea of sending this all the way home saying it's going to be an under. I think the first 5 they come out a little bit flat. Now, in terms of this ballpark, I guess we could say it's good in Angel Stadium. Nothing too crazy in terms of weather or precipitation. The one, and I guess this is negative, is wind is blowing out, but it's only like 68 degrees mid game here, so really not even that hot either. If anyone's gonna catch a ball and send it, sure, that's fantastic for those guys. It's gonna kill our bet, but I don't think Soriano lets that up, and Brian Wu again has been very, very good. So even with the wind blowing out, I'm almost thinking that when there's contact, this ball is not getting up in the air, meaning that wind isn't going to matter all that much. But that is going to be play number, again, I guess 3/4 because of the parlay and because of sort of what we're going to figure out what we're doing with that. But guys, it's going to wrap it up for today's show. Again, to recap, Arizona on the money line. We like Stallings and Cowser unders. And then we also have that last play that we just talked about here, that first 5 under for the Mariners and the Angels game. We'll have this all listed out on the site. Make sure to click that link in the pinned comment. It takes you there absolutely free. You can see all the plays, everything we do in terms of plays is always free here on the channel. Really do appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll catch you guys in the next one, right? Peace out.